Hello and welcome to Teal House Farm. Thank you for joining us today. Today we are excited to submit our video for Dean Family Acres largest tomato competition. This is our planting video and we are excited to get some plants in the ground and see how big of a tomato we can grow this year. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. We are a homesteading, homeschooling family. I am Laura and I handle the majority of the gardening and the housekeeping around here. My husband's name is Sam and he does all of the animal husbandry and making money off the homestead. And we have 5 beautiful daughters, all under the age of 9, and are expecting baby number 6. If you're curious if baby number 6 broke the mold, whether it's a girl or a boy, you could check out our gender reveal video up here. The girls had a lot of fun with it. So at Teal House Farm, we focus on sustainability, which includes lowering our waste output, growing and preserving. We do a ton of canning, so if you are into pressure or water bath canning, you'll be seeing a lot of those videos. And we also are really big into trying to do things in a money conscious way. So we're going to show you our tomato setup, and really we keep it as low tech as possible, and really just want to encourage you that you can grow a beautiful garden, whatever amount of space you have, whatever your budget is, you really can make it happen. And there's a wide range in how people do things, and you do not have to feel overwhelmed to spend a ton of money on grow lights or special setups, or like you need an acre to be worth growing anything. None of those things are true. You can be very successful in a small space with a very limited budget. I started seeds indoors this year and I moved them out to our little DIY greenhouse. I'll link a video to that up here. We built this last year before lumber prices skyrocketed. It cost us around $150. I couldn't tell you what it'll cost today, but hopefully the prices come back down. That's where it was about a year ago. We have lots of things in here, but these are tomatoes which are going in the ground today. These tomatoes were started from seed. I have a couple different varieties in this palette. There's some cherry tomatoes. I have some Roma tomatoes, which I really like for sauce making. And then I also have several of Burpee's jumbo big boy tomato, which I'm hoping is going to be our money crop for winning this competition. I have never tried to grow something specifically for size, so you guys are learning with me. I have done a little bit of research and looked at a couple different varieties. We're just gonna see what happens. There's definitely some channels in this competition here that are much more experienced in that specific area and probably will blow us out of the water, but we are just looking to have some fun and learn something. Been growing tomatoes for a long time, but have never focused purely on just growing a giant tomato. I like to start tomatoes in cardboard tubes. So these are toilet paper tubes that I saved over the winter. We go through a lot of toilet paper, as you can imagine, with that many girls in the house. And then I cut them in half, filled with just a little bit of just basic potting soil, and planted the tomatoes. You do not need a greenhouse to start seeds. You do not need grow lights to start seeds. These were started on our kitchen table and then moved to a window. And then when they got kind of larger and maybe ready to go into the ground, we moved them out to our greenhouse to get a little more used to the colder nights, because our greenhouse is not heated, so it does get cold in there at night. We're going to plant tomatoes in the main garden. If you've been watching us for a while, you'll know that we started our planting season in the greenhouse. We moved out to our container garden, which is just on the other side of the main garden, with our early spring plants. And the tomatoes are the first thing going in the main garden. If you look at the main garden, you will see it is still a hot mess of weeds. We don't own a tractor. We do have a tiller, but I cannot run it when I'm pregnant. So, since I'm pregnant or just had a baby, pretty much every summer, my technique for planting in the main garden is to work in sections. I use a handy dandy hand tiller, which costs all of, I don't know, $15 or $20. And I just do a little bit at a time. We're going to plant the tomato in 2 double rows. What that means is I'm going to plant 2 rows that are close to each other. That's the double row. So 1 row of the tomatoes on this side of the fence, 1 row on that side of the fence. This fencing lattice, as the tomatoes grow, they will be tied up to it to help them grow up straight and make the fruit grow so it doesn't touch the ground and rot easily. And then that's 1 double row, and then over here you'll see also where I tilled. We'll plant some tomatoes on this side and on the other side of the fence for the 2nd double row. And then we will fill in this middle section with a lot of straw to keep the weeds out. And as the tomatoes grow, we'll also push the straw in underneath the fence, which helps also keep weeds out, also helps retain moisture, which keeps our plants very happy. Planting from the toilet paper tubes, I love it for a couple reasons. One, you're probably already buying toilet paper, and so the tubes are free. What were you gonna do with them anyway? And 2, the tubes are compostable / biodegradable, whichever technical term is more correct. You don't have to take the plants out of the tube. You don't have to disturb their roots at all. You plant the whole thing in the ground, pile it up with dirt, get it nice and wet, and those tubes fall apart really quickly. It's a great system. It helps reduce waste, and it also helps reduce cost because you aren't buying pots to start your seeds in. Mother Nature is gonna come in just a little bit and water them for me. If you can't tell, it's getting darker and cloudier by the minute. I think we just beat the clock on this one. But a nice rainfall, which is what we're expecting, not a big storm, will be great for these little seedlings, get them well entrenched in their new home. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you again soon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.